Right there, folks. A while ago, I had a video challenging atheists and agnostics to talk about their favourite book of the Bible and why it's their favourite book. Now, there's a flip side to that. Christians and Jews too. Which book of the Bible is your least favourite? Atheists and agnostics can chime in with their least favourite too. I'd be interested to hear, but I'm particularly interested to hear if any believers will admit that any particular books of the Bible they hate or are embarrassed by or just find tedious. Maybe they just think it's tedious. For what it's worth, I'm an atheist, but for what it's worth, my least favourite book of the Bible has to be Leviticus. It's the most painful read I've ever had in my life. It was unbearable. Unbearable. Worse than Chomsky in syntax. I've never read anything quite like Leviticus. It's just list after list of regulation repeating itself with minute variations. Basically, it goes something like: kill this animal, sprinkle its blood about, burn the fat, it's a savour unto the Lord. Burn this grain, it's a savour unto the Lord. Burn this fucking pig's knob, it's a savour unto the Lord. And then there's some other things. A right crack up. Some of the best stuff is to do with sexuality, though. Forbidden sexual practices in chapter 18. Do not disgrace your father by having intercourse with any of his other wives. Just interesting reference. There's many references to polygamy, of course, but that's just an interesting reference. Another quite funny one is that was verse 8. Another quite funny is where's it gone? No man is to have sexual relations with another man. God hates that. Okay, great. Elsewhere it says you will be killed for doing that. An interesting one, quite funny. Oh, it also has about scapegoating in Leviticus, literally where you get a goat and drive it off into the desert to die, and all your sins are taken away. Complete nonsense, absolute nonsense. But I mention it because that's what Jesus is. He is a scapegoat. Complete rubbish. Anyway, in chapter 15, if I can find it, it's a wonderful little section. When a man has an emission of semen, he must bathe his whole body, and he remains unclean until evening. Anything made of cloth or leather on which the semen falls must be washed, and it remains unclean until evening. After sexual intercourse, both the man and the woman must have a bath, and they remain unclean until evening. What on earth is going on there? I don't know what's happening there. I don't know. I don't think there is any connection between sexual prudishness and religious fundamentalism. Please. Anyway, so yeah, please share your worst book of the Bible now that we've shared our favourites before. But I'd be particularly interested if there are believers out there, really. Let's be honest. Some of the books in the Bible are tedious. They are. Some of the books in this Bible are crap. Some of them are fantastic. Fantastically good, Some of them are fantastic, like Revelation, but that's a whole different kind of fantastic. But, I'd be interested to hear from any believers, which bits of the Bible can you just not bear? Like, which bits are you actually ashamed of? Because some of it is just garbage.